Great seeing you back for devotions. Now, all this week, we are looking at subject matter of time management. Okay, I know you need this. I need this. This is something I'm working on all the time. Now, look with me. What are your highest priorities? You got to write that down. And I want you to put it in order. First of all, God ought to be number one. He should, listen, before you love your spouse, love your children, love anyone, make money, have a career, God, Jesus must be number one in your life. But start working on what are your highest priorities. Now, let's get on 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 6. Now, godliness, that's about how we live, living for God, with contentment is great gain. God doesn't want you living a discontented life. For some of you, listen to me right now. You're just always discontented, feeling like you're missing out on something. That's not good. We brought nothing into this world. We cannot take anything out of this world. You never saw anybody taking a U-Haul to the graveyard, right? Everything's left behind. Somebody told me, my grandmother was so generous. She put me in her will. She had to put somebody in her will. Okay, we don't want Joe Biden getting our money, okay, right? Okay, we don't want that. Look here. But if we have food and clothing, with these things, we will be content. Now listen, I hope you make a lot of money so you can do a lot of things for God. I hope you do really well financially so you can use it for the kingdom and help people that are in need. Okay, but you get to the place, at some point you grow up and you think, I don't need anything. And I hope that comes sooner than later. Okay, so we kind of got to get through that so we can get the right goals down. Now, look with me in Matthew 6:33. Jesus said, now, if you seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, all these things will be added to you. What's that? That's all that stuff other people want. God says, listen, I want you to enjoy life. He goes, I want to bless you. I don't want you being under financial struggle. I want you to be able to be giving and everything. He goes, but what your first goal should be is to seek me and put me number one, seek the kingdom of heaven. He goes, then I'll give you all those other things. So let me give you something in time management. First thing you ought to do, go to bed every night if you can at the same time. Now, I make this a goal of mine that no matter how late I go to bed, I get up, I try the same time every morning. So I'm like, well, I only got 3 hours sleep last night. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, so I can't always do that. But I try, and you know why? Meeting with God first thing in the morning is the most important thing you can do. Listen, it's not the amount of hours you spend in prayer or time. It's the fact that you go to God in prayer, and most people, most Christians, barely pray. You don't have to pray a lot to get something. I'm just going to tell you that. Okay, so you just have to believe and trust him. But prayer is very important, meeting with God. But you got to seek his kingdom. And so that should be number one in your attention. Now, all the other things come after that as long as they're not selfish, okay? You can do things for yourself, but it's not so people are looking at you. Okay, that's and all of us have been through that. You don't want to be that kind of person. Okay, so I want you to lay out your priorities. This is very important. So I hope it's, God and others, maybe your spouse, your children, your parents, other people. And you be on the list too. But you're not right behind God. Okay, now let's be sure that you do that. Now you say, well, I don't do all the things for God I should because, my kids are in baseball and I've got, you're doing all these great social worldly things. Everything cannot be of equal importance. Listen to this. If everything is of equal importance, then nothing is most important, right? Okay, so there's an order. Get your order. Get your priorities ready and see what those things would be. Now, I want to show you something here. Oh, yeah, here we go. There's that saying. If everything has equal importance, nothing's important. Because you want to jot that down. Okay, here we go. Let's look at some goals here. You need to have time for God, time for family and friends, time for work, time for home maintenance. You got to clean that house some point. You got to fix that stuff, right? Time for recreation. This is all important. So that's no way it's going to happen. Now look with me as we close in Proverbs 27:1. Do not boast about tomorrow. You do not know what a day may bring forth. You don't know. You don't know. My friend, listen to me. The days are long, the years are short. Don't waste your time.